Good evening, everybody. I just wanted to follow on from a recent webinar I gave about bringing smart technology to old factories and how hard it can be. In the image you can see some hardware retrofitted to some old equipment. That could be very, very simple data capture. It could send a signal somewhere to open or close a valve. It might be a maintenance trigger. It might send critical data. It doesn't really matter. The point is, this is an example of very, very simple pieces of work that can improve a factory. So who are Northern Crucible? Well, Northern Crucible is a manufacturing forum for engineering leadership, so that would be CEOs, MDs, production officers, IT, anybody that's influential within a manufacturing system. It's also for academia, so we try and bring the best of academia into it. So we involve the universities a lot, we involve the colleges. It's based in the northern region of the UK, and it represents the region's outstanding industrial heritage. As I said, it's a free, there's no membership applied. We meet ad hoc. It could be once every 2 months. In this instance, it was online, and we try and go to interesting places such as factory visits or universities or very, very special places. We have guest speakers who give masterclasses on their chosen subjects, and the kind of things that we cover are imports, exports, skills gap, health and safety, energy saving, industry 4.0, business turnaround, industrial law, supply chain and leadership. Now, all these things are very, very important in this day and age, particularly with the advent of Brexit, COVID. You need all the tools possible to help you survive and get out of this difficult situation that the country finds itself in. So who am I? Well, I'm Ibrahim. I have 30 years in the supply chain to manufacturing industry. I've been involved in MRO and smart tooling, lean supply of MRO, apprenticeships in engineering in particular, pneumatics, and a wide range of industrial background, dealing with, I don't know, maybe 400 or 500 companies, some real big flagship companies, Rolls-Royce, Siemens, in our region, Forge Masters out of Campu, and then in the utilities it would be Yorkshire Water, Anglia, Thames. So it is quite a wide range with a lot of knowledge, and I know a lot of people in and around this region. So it all adds to the knowledge pool. I also have 25 years voluntary work at elite sport at very, very high levels. Some of the teams that I've been involved with have become British champions, and some of the people that I know have gone off to the Commonwealth Games and gone off to the Olympics. And the point of involving this little bit is I've watched us grow as a nation from amateurs to professionals, and it occurred to me that we could apply that same drive and training to our manufacturing companies. So there's a lot of lessons to be learned from sport. I have very close links with Sheffield University. I'm on the board of the National Union of Students, and I'm heavily involved with their elite engineering division. I work with about 340 firms, so very, very good local grounding, and I'm a proactive supporter of industry in our region. I really do want to see it succeed. So before we go further, we have to define what SMEs and legacy industry are. They are small to medium enterprise firms, so I would tend to say that they're firms with under 150 people usually working at the site. They tend to be the older style industries, so they are the steelworks, the foundries, the machine shops, the kind of industries you would see around in a typical steel region. But I will emphasize this, these are not the only manufacturers who are not taking up technology quickly enough. There are many others. So don't be pigeonholed. Don't think that this is not for you. This could be for any manufacturing company. It works, but it's just the people I see most are from the metal industries. So the main obstacles really are a lack of money, knowledge and talent. Money speaks for itself. Knowledge really is the leadership just do not understand what's out there for them, don't understand the technology, and I will explain a bit more. And the talent is, even when it's spotted, they don't have the wherewithal to install it or cope with it, or take it to the next level. Poor risk management. Poor risk management is not really planning ahead, not understanding what competitors are doing, not understanding the supply chain and the risks, not understanding what the customer wants. And the next one would be the age of any or all equipment. The equipment in the region, wow, 40 years old, that's very typical. And most equipment is 40 years or older. So we're not at the cutting edge of technology. Also the workforce. The average age of the workforce in the UK is up in the 50s, just so you're aware. So that it also implies that there's a ticking time bomb of skills gap waiting to explode. Unwillingness to disrupt work and run pilots. Well, obviously, if money's tight, you need everything, your production lines being in full swing for as long as possible. So you wouldn't really want to disrupt your lines. And then the other one is run pilots. So again, I am saying there that anything that disrupts or takes people off processes is not popular, but we have to overcome it. So disconnected departments and or poor change culture. Well, disconnected departments are really the I see it all the time. People take orders over emails or over the phone, jot them down here and there. It becomes a paper chain. It's very complex. It's a bit cluttered. People have to pass paper from here to there. It then gets input onto a computer. The drawings get passed to a CAD person, for example. CAD person keys in his version of that drawing. Then that file is taken down to the MASAC or wherever it is. People go off, requisites are sent off for materials, and there's a lot of paper handling. Not much is connected. Things get lost. So and that's really the problem. And when you ask people, about change, they get frightened. They think they're going to lose their job. They don't understand how to change. They've done it this way all the time, and it has worked. The problem is it's not fast enough. And if you want to get information, if somebody's on the phone and they want information, it's quite a task to get that bit of information to them. Often it involves somebody having to run down onto the shop floor, go and search it out, go and find out what's happening. Someone's on break, and it goes on forever. So clumsy digital architecture. I've been in lots of places where the digital architecture is poor, to say the least, and that's really where things aren't connected properly, or you're as fast as the slowest piece of hardware you've got. Really, that's what I would say to you. Just not well thought out. Things are not laid in good areas. PowerPoints are not in the right place. Connections are not in the right place. The software doesn't talk to other software. So that's the kind of thing I mean.